Hi guys, so welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we are looking at snail farming in Ghana with Green Earth Snail Farms. And today I am here with the CEO. We are going to explore this venture, how profitable it is, what do you need to venture into it, and how do you sustain your market in this industry. Do stay with us as we start this interesting discussion you wouldn't want to miss. Welcome to Agri-Connect.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'll give you the chance to introduce yourself and then we'll start the discussion.
All right. So I am Juliana Nyamisa, the General Manager of Green Earth Snail Farms, and I'm into the production and selling of snails, basically. So we do everything snail farming. Once you get to Green Earth Snail Farm, be it production, consultation, sale of the snails, everything that concerns snail farming, we do it.
That's interesting. And I mean, why did you even start snail farming in the first place? You could have gone into pig, poultry, or even any other venture. Why snail farming?
Okay, I started snail farming because one day I was searching for profitable businesses to venture in, and I came across snail farming. So I said, okay, let me read about it. I read about it, did my calculations as an accountant. I did my calculations, my income, my expenditure, my expense. I said, okay, wow, this is a business I would want to venture into. It is profitable, so why not? And I've been in it since then.
Okay, so how has the experience been so far?
Oh, it's been wonderful, the ups and the downs. Yeah, it's been nice.
When you mentioned the ups and the downs,
I mean, every business has some risks
yes.
in it, yes, and everything is not smooth in this world, yes. So there will definitely be ups and downs.
Okay, all right. So what has been some of the ups so far?
Oh, ups, let's say you start newly, you lose some of your snails, you don't understand the market, you need guidance, everything that will slow your production is a downside for you.
Okay, all right. So let's say I'm someone just like how you started. I have no idea about snail farming, but I would want to venture into it. What are some of the basic information that I should have before venturing into this field?
I always say that in this modern Ghana that we are now, you can't just stand up and venture into a business. No. If you went back in 2018 when I started, I just didn't get up and start my own production, my own building. No. I consulted somebody who is in the business. Do you get it? To guide me through. So the basics that you can do, the simple thing you can do if you want to take snail farming as a business. First, look for somebody who is into the business to help you, to guide you. If you need to pay, just pay, get the understanding even before you start it. Let the person tell you whatever it entails, then you decide. Is it something I would want to go inside? Is it something that I would do it in the long run? So that you don't venture into it, then you lose your finances. In this modern Ghana, no. Money is hard to come by, so let's do the right thing. You can't just call somebody and ask, is snail farming profitable? What do they eat? No. That kind of way of doing business is over, my friend, over. Look for an expert in the field, a consultant. Sit with that person. Let the person tell you everything. Then you go into it.
Condition.
Right.
You know, just like any other venture, you'd have to understand the weather and how to, or what the snails thrive better under the conditions. So what, in your opinion, what do you think are some of the weather conditions that helps the snails thrive better?
Snails are cold-blooded animals, so they will definitely love cold weather. Yes, so make sure that you have cool environment for them so that they can easily grow and thrive for you.
Okay, and then in terms of, okay, so I have seen quite a number of housing that people have for the snails. There are the box ones, there are the cement ones, and I've realized you use the greenhouse.
Actually, I use both.
Okay.
We have another farm in Palm, in Koforidua. We have everything. So we have the block structure, and we have this greenhouse structure that we use for our training here in the Greater Accra region as well. So we do everything. We input both the block one and the greenhouse.
Okay. All right. So when it comes to the two, which one? Let's say cost aside. Which one would be most effective for someone that is venturing into the snail farming industry?
Both are okay.
Mm-hmm.
Both are okay. If you are starting small, I would say go for the box
Mm.
or the concrete. Yes. If you are starting or you want to do it in the commercial form, I would say do the two. Yes,
Mm.
that will help very much.
Okay. So vis-a-vis the two, which one has been better in your opinion? Because I mean, I'm sure even though they all serve the same purpose, there
Yes.
will be differences when it comes to the box,
Oh,
even the cement, or even the greenhouse.
yes.
Mhm.
You want me to choose one?
No, I don't want you to choose one. I want you to tell us in your opinion because you have all the three,
Yes,
so you'll be
yes,
able to compare and then
yes.
have the
Yes, they all serve different
purposes.
purposes.
Okay.
I would say I use the block one to hatch my eggs and keep them from some time before I move them to the outer environment like the greenhouse to fatten them. That's what I use. So what I use is called the semi-intensive system. Both
Okay.
the intensive and the extensive
Extensive.
semi use
Okay.
both, and that's perfect for a commercial snow farm.
Okay, all right. Now let's come to the readiness. So how long does it take for the snail to be ready? You know, when people want to venture into agri,
Yes,
they look at the end even before they start.
yes.
Okay, so how long will it take? How much will I get? You know, so how long does it take for the snails to be ready for table?
All right. For the snails to be ready for table, it can take you like 18 months. Yes. Then you have a sizable snail to feed the market. And but also most of them is also dependent on the kind of market you have.
Mm.
A market of yours may decide to go in for 3 months. Others will say, I just want something small, 8 months. Others will also say, I want a point of lay. So depending on the market that you are serving, will decide how long am I going to keep my snails for.
Okay. So is there a case where maybe it's dependent on the breed as well?
Yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
it's very important. Ghana, we all love the Ingwapa snails, the
Mm.
Achatina Achatina. So if you want to do snail farming in Ghana and serve the Ghanaian market, I'll say you go for the Ingwapa. Yes.
Okay, and that's within 18 months. It should be ready.
Yes, 18. Yes, sizable table
Mm,
size snail.
mm.
Yes.
Okay, all right. And then let's look at the feeding aspect of it.
All right.
You know, most people complain, or most farmers complain on of the high prices of feed when it comes to their venture, and
Mm,
this sometimes puts most of them out of business.
sure.
So when it comes to the snail, you have been in this industry for a while. In fact, you even train people. So
Yes.
how have you navigated this, and what are even the feeding systems and mechanisms that you use on your farm?
All right. So my farm, we grow our own food. The green vegetables we do it for them, and we also formulate our own feed. Yes, because snail farming is not very popular. It may be popular, but
Mm,
someone wouldn't take it as a business venture to solely produce feed. Somebody can do it. I mean, depending on the marketing strategies the person would employ, you can do it all right. Yeah. But in our farm, we prepare our own feed to feed our snails, just so we can regulate or control what goes into the feed to benefit our snails.
Okay, so you mentioned that you have your own formula
Yes,
that you use. Okay, so
yes.
what does it contain?
Yeah, but the basics of all feed
Mm-hmm.
formulation, you can get your carbohydrates,
Mm-hmm.
maybe the form of maize, your protein, your vitamins, your minerals, and you add your calcium to it. You go to the corn mill, you mill it, you are good to go.
Okay,
Very, very simple.
very
Very
simple. And
simple.
how often do you feed the snails?
Okay, I feed my snails every day. Yes, I have a menu for them
Okay,
as
so is it
well.
like maybe once a day
Yeah,
or?
once a day at
Mm.
night.
Oh, okay.
Snails are very active at night. We all know. Yeah, so once a day you give them your food, be it fruit, be it vegetables, be it the feed as well. Yes, you just draw a menu for them, change their feed, and you give it to them.
Okay. Now let's look at the marketing aspect of it. Let's say, well, there are people in it already.
Yeah.
Someone wants to venture into it and is considering, okay, so how do I get the market? In fact, how do I even sustain the market? You
Mm,
have been in it for a while. You understand that snails, for them to be fully mature and ready for table, takes 18 months, and that's a very long time. Sometimes you might have demand, and then you're not ready to meet.
yes.
So yeah, so how do you sustain your market? And then what are some of the maybe techniques that you can use to help people who might not have an idea on how to go about this?
Okay. With the marketing of snails, isn't an easy venture. You get it? And in view of that, I always tell my trainees, those who come to train with me, that once you are under me, right, if you have snails and mature snails that you want to sell out, you can give me a call. I'll come and buy it. Because the marketing of snails in Ghana it isn't easy. Yes, it isn't easy at all, especially in the rainy season. We have the forest one coming into the system to beat down the price. So once you are part of my team, I'll buy from you to feed my market, be it individuals, be it other farmers, or be it my external partners, while the importers as well. That's what I do.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's all a matter of having a network.
Yes, network,
So that,
network, understanding everything. Yes.
okay. All right. Now let's look at one interesting aspect of agric. You know, in agriculture, there's no waste. The end of
Sure.
one phase is the beginning of another.
Yes.
So do you recycle on this farm, and what are some of the products that you recycle your
All
snails
right.
with?
So even snow farming in general has no waste. Yes, that's one thing I love about snow farming. There's nothing waste. Even their feces can be produced into a manure for you to feed the green vegetables you are growing for them. The shells can also be grinded and used as calcium base for their feed as well. Yeah,
Okay.
as their feed. And once you do processing of snails for other customers to their feeds, right? If you have fish, if you have pig, you can give it to them as well. Yeah, their intestines of the snails can be used to feed your fish or your pigs. Yeah, we have pig here as well, so we use that to feed them. And also the slime will be sold to pharmaceuticals and those who are into the cosmetics industry. Yeah, and
Yeah,
the
we're
meat
seeing that a
to
lot.
yes, and the meat to the humans to
Yeah.
consume.
Okay. All right. This has been interesting so far. So you have been in this for quite a number of years. What has been some of the peculiar challenges that you encountered when you first started this venture?
Yeah, when I first started, one of the most difficult thing because I started off as the commercial one, so getting employees to work on my farm was a challenge. Yeah, so I would say even the first 2 years it was up and down. This one will come, this employee will come, would leave, you have to look for another one. So it was very challenging for me. Yes, very, very, very challenging. That's why I always advise on my Facebook page, Instagram page, YouTube that if you really want to take snow farming as a business and as a commercial farmer, you will have to do things differently from somebody who will be starting small scale. No. If you really want to do commercial snow farming, look for an expert. That one I wouldn't tell you. Yes, I'll tell you for a fact. Look for an expert so that you can save your investment. Yes.
Okay. So okay, now let's look at some of the milestones that you've achieved. I mean, you train people now from someone who
Yes.
was struggling to even get employees to now
Oh,
training.
yes, yes. When I started, it took me some time before I started training other people because I wanted to understand everything. I wanted to understand what I'm doing. I wanted to understand the ins and the outs so that when somebody comes to me for information, I'll be ready to give them the right information to go by. So the peculiar ones that I would share is the employee. The employee side there, I will keep hammering it. I'll keep hammering it. Be very, very, very peculiar. Be very, very, take it as part of the production process because that can make or unmake the success of your farm.
Okay. And let's say venture maybe I'm a young graduate that wants to venture into snail farming. How costly is this venture?
Yes, it is costly. Yeah, especially their structure, the snow pens, the greenhouse is costly. No two ways about it. It's very, very, very costly. But if you are doing it on a smaller scale, I mean, it isn't costly. Getting your box, 500 or so, and your snail pen, it's not costly. But whether costly or not, there's money involved in it. Whatever you would do in agri, whatever business you would venture in, there is money involved. Yes, so if you want to do snow farm, plan very well, get your finances right. If you don't have it, look for other ways of getting your money or getting capital before you start.
Okay. So you talked about networking and how important this is when you are a snail farmer or
Yeah.
even any farming venture at all.
Yeah.
Do you belong to any association?
Yes, I belong to the Snail Farmers and Business Association of Ghana. Yes, we hosted the first ever Snail Festival in 2021. Yes, you have spoken with the president.
Yes.
Yes, and so it's very good to be among a gatherings of like minds. Yes, so that in case you have a demand and you can't meet it, you call on your association. Okay, I have this. Do you have snails as well? We pool our resources and we are able to execute that contract. So that's basically why we set up this association to be able to pool our snails together to execute bigger contracts that we cannot execute
On your
individually.
own. Okay, all right. So, do you have any advice for individuals who might be interested in venturing into maybe an agricultural field and might not know which one to venture into? So, why should they choose snail farming?
Oh, snail farming is profitable. Yes, if you have your knowledge and you have your techniques right, it's very easy to venture into it. Yes, and profitable as well.
Okay, all right. So, I think this is all for now. And thank you very much for making time to talk to us today.
You are welcome. You are welcome.